back to the Daily Buzz, 23 minutes past the hour.
Okay, so you're an adult now, and that means you've spent at least the last 18 years or so getting to know yourself. But the question is, what type of person are you?
If you don't know, figuring out the answer could help you unlock the mystery to finding your ideal love match and making it last.
So, psychotherapist Dr. Linnda Durré is joining us now to help typecast you and all of us. Okay, Doc, we have a series of questions here we're going to run down to help us know what it says about us as partners, okay?
Right.
Andrea.
Okay. First up, what if you're that girl or that guy that always has to have a boyfriend or girlfriend? What kind of partner does that make you?
Well, it makes you sort of codependent.
Ooh.
And you want to watch that, because if you don't have a sense of self and you're not comfortable being alone, you've got some issues that you need to deal with. So get into therapy or deal with it, because otherwise you're going to be a clinging vine.
We hear that term codependent, though. What are some signs that you're codependent?
Well, you can't be without the person. You're calling constantly, you're emailing, you're text messaging. You know, you have to be with them. Where are you going, honey? I have to be with you. Why aren't you there? Who are you with? And then the jealousy starts, and it's very dangerous.
Gotcha.
All right, what if you're the kind of person who always cheats in a relationship? What does that say about you?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you're afraid of intimacy, you can't commit, you have an ego issue, sex is important for your identity because you have to be, you know, the macho guy, or if it happens to a woman and they're being promiscuous, it's that they've got issues, that they are terrified of getting close to somebody.
We were talking about porn, of course, in the water cooler. Is looking at porn cheating on your significant other? What's your
At some level
take?
it is, absolutely. And my question is, why are you doing it? What's wrong with the relationship that you can't be faithful to somebody? Why is that relationship devoid of passion or chemistry that you have to look at pornography?
I guess along those same lines, what if you're the type of person who finds other people attractive, excuse me, who are nothing like you? Opposites attract. What does that say about you?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, provided that there's a good communication, that you trust each other, you like each other, you have things in common, and even though you can be opposite, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a good relationship.
What if you're in a long-distance relationship where you have to spend time with your partner 24/7?
Well, let's take one at a time.
Okay.
If you're in a long-distance relationship, the issue is contact each other.
Okay.
Emails, cards, letters, send little gifts, and see each other every other weekend or once a month in a mutual city that's halfway between. Keep the relationship going. There are many relationships that are like that. If, on the other hand, you have to be with somebody 24/7, then watch it, because people are going to get so sick of that. It's like, get off of me, give me some space, I can't deal with that. You're strangling me. So you have to watch that.
All right.
Good stuff. All right, again, Dr. Durré, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
You can get more information at drdurré.com or simply go to our website at dailybuzz.tv. We will link you over there for all your relationship answers.
Still more to come here on the Daily Buzz.
Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like
There you go. Dr. Durré to get us started this morning. Welcome to the show. It's 23 minutes now after the hour.
No, we've got Dr. Durré.
Durré, oh,
Yeah,
okay. I get them
yes.
confused
I know,
sometimes.
it's easy to do. Married women complain about this all the time. Why isn't the husband interested in the kids?
Well, there are reasons why your hubby isn't acting like a daddy, and you can easily spot them. And psychotherapist Dr. Linnda Durré. Dr. Durré is here to help us out. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
to see you.
How are you? Good to see you.
Okay, so let's start with the obvious question here as far as daddy's not being a daddy and just not paying attention. Why doesn't he seem to have any interest in the kids?
Well, there may be several reasons. He may be depressed, he may be jealous of her relationship, he may feel shut out, and it really needs to be addressed. She's got to talk about it, and they've got to find things to do together.
There seems to be a trend sometimes in fatherhood where they're not into the babies or the toddlers, but then what happens is they become really involved once they're either in their teens or their early adulthood.
Right. A lot of guys don't know how to relate to something that doesn't talk. You know, it's like, what do I have in common? Can't even talk to me. Can't play sports. I can't take them to the game. You know, so what happens is
true, yeah.
they really need a parenting class, and they need to understand how important bonding and attachment is, even when they're younger, playing peekaboo, all those little games. Very important for bonding.
Okay, now I hate to sound like a Freud here, but...
Go right ahead.
Okay, what if, does his behavior with his kids have anything to do with maybe his relationship with his mother or his father?
Absolutely. And if he was abused, he may be terrified of repeating the same pattern. He may be so afraid that he's going to do it to his own children that he holds back because he doesn't want to hurt his children.
Okay, so for the wives out there who are struggling with this kind of scenario, what advice would you give them to help out with their husband?
Well, I think several things. First of all, family counseling can be very helpful, even 1 or 2 sessions. They need to find things that the child and the father can do together. Make a list, because if the kids are going along to something they don't want, it's like, oh, daddy's making us do this. And if the father is going, oh, I got to do this with the kids. But find stuff they can do together. I don't care if it's children's movies, watching videos, reading books together, even a book about car racing or fishing or golf or tennis. Find children's books that will bond them together.
You know, very briefly, are there any telltale signs that dad isn't connecting with the kids?
Sure, he distances himself. It's the dentures, sorry. These are the jokes. He withdraws, he goes to bed early, he doesn't want anything to do with the child, and also go to the child's school activities, very important.
Okay.
But what if he doesn't want to do these things, or he fights the whole idea of going to therapy? Because some guys are not into the whole therapy thing.
I totally understand that, and a wife has to be very, very direct. You know, honey, this is important to our children. I mean, what is it going to be like when the child grows up and doesn't want to have anything to do with him? So he has to put the shoe on the other foot.
All right, good stuff. Again, Dr. Linnda Durré.
My pleasure.
Dr. Durré, our Daily Buzz psychotherapist. Thanks so much this morning.
My pleasure,
For more
as
information,
always.
go to our website. You can get to her website at dailybuzz.tv.
All right, there.
I'm expressing with my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities.
Yo, little Dr. Dre to get us started this morning. It's now 23 minutes after the hour.
The statistics do not lie, my friend. More than 50% of husbands in the U.S. cheat.
But how do you know if your mate is getting busy on the side? Psychotherapist Dr. Linnda Durré joins us now with some tips. Good morning, Dr. Dre.
Good morning,
to
good
see
morning.
you.
Good to be here.
Okay, first of all, I'm guessing that when your mate is cheating, you're going to see some sort of attitude shift. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of excuses. Oh, honey, I have to work late. Oh, I've got a special meeting, or I've got an out-of-town trip I have to take.
Oh, the out-of-town trips.
The out-of-town trips, yes, okay.
Those are sneaky, but
Yes,
here's
they
the
are.
thing. We, as women, have been there before. I don't want to seem like I'm a freak. I don't want to seem paranoid, and I don't want to seem needy.
Right.
So how do we approach that whole, what's going on, are you cheating on me kind of business?
Well, I think it's important to be upfront with each other and to just say, look, if you're having something that I don't know about, I would really like you to talk about it, because if there's something going on in our relationship, we need to address it. We need to get into marriage counseling, talk to each other, get it handled.
Well, of course, everybody's going to deny it. No, I'm not cheating. We all know they're going to say that. Are there any physical signs other than the big hickeys on the neck that you should look out for?
Well, tons. I mean, you can find the receipts for the lingerie, the jewelry, the hotel suites. Some people start buffing up. They go to the gym, they work out more, they buy new clothes, they get in shape. A lot of times there's all sorts of suspicious emails, they withdraw, they become silent, they don't want to talk about it. And here's an interesting thing about sex. Sometimes they have more sex with you
Is that
to divert you from suspicion, okay?
Wow.
So you have to be careful. And sometimes they withdraw from sex and they really don't want to have anything. But they start to be critical and they start picking on you because they really want to be out of the relationship. And so they're trying to drive you away to make you divorce them. It's
Right.
a setup. It's a setup.
So you're the bad person.
That's right, exactly.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, it brings up the question, is monogamy something we humans are capable of? I know in very few circumstances, yes, it works, but as a whole, what's your opinion? Are we meant to be with one person for the rest of our life?
I think that what's important is the quality of the relationship and the commitment and the honesty. Every single relationship I've done marriage counseling with that's had an affair has definite long-term problems. I mean, there's a trust issue. You don't trust that person because you're suspicious and you've been betrayed, and that's the issue. It goes very, very deeply. Now, let me also say that people can get over it. They can talk about it, they can heal the wound, they can go on, but they have to commit to each other, because what's a good relationship anyway, unless you're faithful to each other? And that's what a good relationship is about. If you don't want to be faithful, then don't be married.
Good point. Good stuff
Amen,
today.
sister.
All right,
Right on.
again, Dr. Linnda Durré, our Daily Buzz psychotherapist. For more information or to email Dr. Durré, just go to her link on our website at dailybuzz.tv.
There is still more to come.
It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this and you ain't got no love for love.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Little Dr. Dre, 6:23, actually 6:23 my time. It might be a different time wherever you're at. 23 minutes after the hour.
Like I'm in a different time zone?
It might be.
You actually have a point there. It is more common than you think. You're married or you're in a serious relationship and you enjoy being together, but you just don't want to have sex anymore.
Yes, the Daily Buzz psychotherapist, Dr. Linnda Durre. Dr. Dre joins us now with some answers on why sex just isn't on your mind anymore. Good morning, doctor.
Good
to
morning.
see you.
How are you?
Hello.
Interesting topic today. Now, what can cause a lack of sexual desire among couples?
It can be a lot of things. First of all, there may be a hormonal imbalance. They may be angry, disappointed, hurt, you've had an affair, it's revenge, they want to punish you. If they've been sexually molested or they've been raped or a childhood incest issue, they may be closing down because they're trying to deal with it and they just don't want to have sex. So it's a communication issue. It's absolutely crucial to deal with.
But I don't understand, like, how can it be so super hot and heavy in the very beginning, and then it's like 6 months into it, maybe just general life starts to sink in, and you're kind of thinking, I'd rather go to sleep right now than make love. Maybe we can do it in the morning.
Right. So the issue, once again, is what are they talking about? You said something, maybe they misinterpreted you, that you hurt their feelings, they took it the wrong way. Talk about it. Get into marriage counseling. Even one session can help. I've seen it happen in my office. Just clear it up.
Now, what about age? Because I would just assume that can also play into this. The older you get, maybe the sex drive goes down. Is that true or not?
I think that's true in many cases, certainly, and I think that issues like Viagra and other herbs or vitamins that help people get their energy back up is very crucial, but age sometimes can have that effect.
I think some women still feel a little bit old-fashioned, and like the guy should initiate these things, and if he doesn't, we think he's not interested, and then we start to shut down and think it's something we're doing.
Right.
So how do we broach that topic? And oftentimes it's not that they're not interested. They either want us to initiate or they've got other things going on.
Right. I think that women need to be more assertive, and I think this is where the women's movement has been very helpful to both sexes, is that it's an equality thing. Men love to have women come on to them. And okay.
See?
Yeah.
See me after the show. Okay, thank you.
And I think that's important. It's the little things, little notes, little emails, little gifts, little gifts on a trip that you're going on. Just thoughtfulness and communication. I think it's so crucial.
Break the routine, huh?
Absolutely.
That's
and
the
I
key.
also think that, if you have stress, relax. Go away on a weekend together. Talk about it. Go on a vacation. Get a massage. Take naps. Get enough sleep. It's very important. But, rev that sex up and clear up the emotional blocks that are preventing it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dr. Dre. Again, she is our Daily Buzz psychotherapist. For more information, or to email Dr. Dre, just go to our website, dailybuzz.tv. You can get to her link from there.
There's still more to come here on.
Or when your album sales wasn't doing too good, who's the doc that he told you to go see? Y'all better listen up closely.
Welcome back to the Daily Buzz, 23 minutes past the hour.
Okay, so you think you're a good parent, but your kids are still out of control, not only at home, but out in public. They drive everybody crazy. What can you do?
It's going to be a tough position. The Daily Buzz's psychotherapist, Dr. Linnda Durré, with some tips. She is here with some tips on how to turn your little brats into blessings.
Yes.
Well, good morning, Dr. Durré.
Good morning, Andrea and John.
Good morning.
All right, first question. What can you do to change your child's behavior?
First of all, you and your spouse have to be very clear about what kind of behavior you want. You have to be very clear about the limits, and you have to reinforce consequences. Kids want to know that you're in charge. They don't want to run the show, because when you set limits for them, it means they feel safe, and children need to feel safe. So they need to know the boundaries and that you mean business.
Okay, that's a good one, though, because we all came from different backgrounds. Parents have a mixed bag, I guess, coming into it. How do you get on the same page with your spouse and say, this is what we expect from our child?
Great. First of all, don't argue in front of the children. If you have differences of discipline, you need to do it behind closed doors, because children will pick up on that and they will play you against each other, and then they will undermine your discipline. So get on the same page. If you have to, go to a family counselor, air out your differences, and be very clear about what you want together.
Okay, speaking of discipline, what kinds of discipline work? Because, you hear the parents who threaten, but they never follow through, and then there's some parents who use, the physical, the paddle or the belt or the hand or whatnot. What would you suggest?
First of all, absolutely no corporal punishment, no hitting. It just instills more anger in a child, and it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. The best thing to do is find out what means the most to that child. If it's ballet lessons, soccer, a dance, the car keys, staying overnight at a friend's house, whatever. Use that as punishment. Well, you're going to miss one soccer game, but keep it in small increments. So it's not like you're banned from soccer for the rest of your life. One game, one overnight, one time with the car. And make sure that you are there to enforce it. You can't say, no television, no computer, and then you're still at work and you're not home till 7 o'clock.
Right.
Okay, along those lines, though, let's talk about parental guilt, because the other day I took my daughter's blanket, which she has to have.
Her
I
blankie.
felt like such a schmuck taking her blanket, because I'm like, this is very near and dear to her. Is that a good idea or a bad idea to take something near and dear to their heart?
Well, there's a difference. Something like that is a security issue,
See,
okay?
that's what I felt. I took her security
Yeah,
away.
it's a security thing. What's more apropos is to get something like a television show or a dessert or a toy, and do it in very tiny increments, because this much time to a little one is like an eternity. Okay, so just, you can't do this for 5 minutes. Have a timeout corner. Now here's the most important thing. What you have to do is you have to make sure that they know what they did wrong. Because you as the parent are trying to develop a conscience and ask them what they did wrong and how to do it right.
You keep the power.
That's right.
Good stuff. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate that.
pleasure.
I feel like I owe you some money now. Hey, if you have any questions, you can email Dr. Durré. Just go to her link on our website, dailybuzz.tv.
Do you take checks?
I take checks,
That's good.
cash, money orders. Yeah, I'll take
The
it.
CVS drugstore.